Hello, are you here to debate?
Yep.
All right, what's your name, age, or pronouns?
Pronouns? Ain't no damn pronouns up in here, boy.
There are. Hence why I asked
No,
you for
there's
them.
not.
Yeah, there are. Do me a favor. Do me a favor.
Here's the question: How is a person's pronouns they and them? Are they more than one person?
You know, they them has been a singular pronoun since the 1300s, right? Or
They
was
means
English
more than
was
one
English
person.
was English?
You can't be a they
You
with
wanna
one
bet?
person.
You want to bet?
You can't be a they.
Ready?
No,
I'm
you cannot be a they with one
I'm
person.
about to say a sentence. Are you ready for this? My friend
And-
John has to go to the doctor's. They had to bring their prescription with them. Was I referring to one person or multiple people?
You can't be a they,
Was I referring to one person or multiple people?
You can't be
Was
a
I
they
referring
if you're
to one
person.
person or multiple people, Fred?
Okay, here's another question. Can men have babies?
Can men have babies? Yes, some men can.
Oh my! All right, that's it. It's over.
Okay.
How can a man have a baby? How can a man have a baby? Explain that.
Sure. Trans men are men, and they can have babies.
And no, they're not men. Sorry, but they're not.
They are.
No, we live in reality, brother. Not
you
in
don't
your
live in
little
reality
delusional-
because you don't understand that they them is a singular pronoun and has been since the 1300s.
You're a little delusional.
So who doesn't live in reality? Hold on. Is they them a singular pronoun that has been used singularly since the 1300s? Yes or no?
Can men have babies?
Answer my question.
They
Yes
cannot.
or no? Answer my question. Yes or no?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know? Was English a hard subject for you, or like?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, well, here, let me give you an education.
Was gym hard for you?
Let me give you. You're
obviously overweight, brother.
Let me give you an. Yeah, I don't really give a fuck. I like food and I don't like to work out. Who gives a shit? Let me ask you a question.
I can tell.
Let me ask you a question. Or let me give you an education because clearly you're lacking on it. The Oxford English Dictionary traces the singular they back to 1375. So we've been using they as a singular pronoun since 1375.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Will you go
well, not
back
whatever.
To
You're going to admit you were wrong?
babies?
Are you going to admit you were wrong now?
No.
No? Okay, well then there's no point to talk to somebody who can't admit when they say something that is factually
Well, you can't
incorrect.
admit that men can't have babies.
Trans men are men and they can have babies, but you can't admit
They're
that you were
not
wrong.
men though. That's a woman trying to be
I would have the conversation with you, but there's no point because you've admitted here
because
live
I'm
on
right.
air.
A
You've
man
admitted
cannot have
to
a baby.
hundreds of
I'm
people
right.
live on air that you cannot admit when you say something factually incorrect. So there's no reason to
Can
continue
you
the
admit that
conversation.
men can't have babies?
We could have that conversation, but you can't admit when you're wrong.
Okay, fine, I'm wrong, but can you admit?
Oh, okay, great.
Men
I'm glad
cannot have
you're
babies.
wrong. Yeah, we can have the conversation if you give me your name, age, and pronouns. Yeah.
I don't have pronouns because I'm not a weirdo.
What is I?
I'm a man. I'm a man.
Why do you keep using pronouns if you don't have pronouns? Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we'll do. I will accept your premise. I'll accept your premise that you have no pronouns, okay? I'll accept this premise. But for the rest of the conversation, anytime you use a pronoun, I'm going to hit you with a buzzer, okay?
Dude.
Does that work for you?
Dude, now you're twisting it.
Dude is a pronoun.
Now you're twisting
careful.
it.
Your is a pronoun. How many others do you want to use?
Yeah. So you go into this crazy stuff because you can't admit man can't have babies.
You as a pronoun, be careful.
You can't admit man can't have babies. You can't admit it, huh?
There's you again.
You can't admit it.
There's you again.
You can't admit it.
You again.
Man cannot have babies.
How many times do you want to keep using pronouns? You said you don't use them. So I said I'll have the conversation with you.
Yeah, for
you
myself.
Can't use pronouns.
For myself as a.
Oh, you don't use pronouns for yourself.
Obviously, if I'm a man, if I'm a man,
a pronoun.
Obviously I'm a he him. Okay.
You're using pronouns.
We're in reality. We live in reality.
More pronouns.
We live in reality. If you're a man, you're a he. If you're a woman, you're a she.
He. Oh wait,
if you're a man, you can't have babies.
Wait. Hold on. You said if you're a man, you're a he, right? But you said you don't go by he. So what are you then? You said you don't have pronouns. So what are you? I guess you're not a man. What would you be?
Dude, it's obvious. You don't have to say, "Oh, I'm a he him." If I'm a man, it's obvious.
Well, I don't think it's obvious you're a man.
Well, it's obvious you're not a man either. What do you think? You're a cat?
Do I think I'm a cat?
What do you think you're a cat?
What are you
you have
about?
your little cat ears. Can you be a cat? Or let's say
Wait,
that. Can you be a cat?
do you think that people that wear cat ears think
If
they're
man
cats?
if man can be a woman, can you be a cat?
Do you think that people that wear cat ears think they're cats?
Okay, wait. Answer
Like,
that.
is
If
that
man
dead
can be
ass?
a woman, can you be a cat?
Is that really what your thought process is here?
Can I identify as a Asian man if I'm not an Asian man?
Here's the beauty. I don't think I'm a cat. What the fuck? Are you stupid? Can I ask you a really
Well,
important question?
can you?
I have a really
Can
important
you?
question. I have a really important
You
question.
think man can be a woman?
I
So
have
can a
I have
cat?
such an
Can you
important
be a cat?
question. I have such an important question.
Can you be a
Were
cat?
you born dumb, or did you have dumbness thrust upon you later in life? Like, what is the?
Were you born fat or you just
No,
fat
I just
lazy
again,
piece of
I've
shit?
already answered this question. I like food and I don't like working out.
Well, maybe you should work out because your
Why?
diabetes is calling, brother.
Why? Oh, I'm
Diabetes
fine.
is calling your name.
I'm not even close to diabetic. I go to the doctor pretty regularly.
Oh yeah,
So what's the issue?
sure.
Do you know fat people can not be diabetic? You know that, right? What is diabetes?
They can, but
Wait. What is diabetes?
What do you mean? What is diabetes?
What is diabetes?
You know what diabetes is? Why you asking?
I don't think you know what diabetes is.
I don't know what diabetes is.
I don't think so, or you would have answered the question.
It's when you're insulin resistant.
Okay. What is insulin resistant?
Okay, yeah, sorry, fat boy.
What is I wouldn't say it's when you're insulin
Sorry,
resistant. That's not how I would describe diabetes.
So you already lost the conversation.
Well,
'cause
no, you
can't admit that
described
man can have
diabetes
babies.
you
So
described
bye,
diabetes
fat boy.
incorrectly. That's not what it is. It's not about being insulin resistant. It's that your body
Yes, it
cannot
is.
regulate your blood sugar.
Well, you can't admit man can't have babies, so you already lost the conversation, brother.
Well, you homie,
already
let's just talk about where we're at so far.
You
were
already
wrong
lost,
about
bro.
what
And
diabetes
then let's talk about
is.
another thing. You want to bring
You
back?
were wrong about
You want to bring a Venezuelan gang member back to the United States?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're obviously a weirdo.
You were wrong about what diabetes is. You were wrong about what pronouns are. You were wrong about they, them being a singular pronoun. How many more do we need? How many more things do you want to be proven wrong about?
Okay, you didn't say I was wrong about man can't have babies, so boom, 1, bye.
Because we haven't talked about that yet. There wasn't a back and forth about that. Bro, people are stupid. People are so dumb.